Welcome to 30 Second Chances, where we ask deep, intricate questions and provide far too little time to formulate thoughtful, reflective answers. My guest today is publisher Jon Levy from Premier Guitar. Are you there, sir? Yes, you are.
I am. Thanks
And
for
how you
having me.
doing? How you doing today? Good?
Doing okay. Doing okay.
Good.
Getting through it each day. Each day in this tumultuous world in which we live. Every day that you can get through it and keep your head high. That's a good day.
No kidding.
I don't know if
Okay,
my
you know
head's
the
that high.
drill? You know the
I
drill,
do.
30 seconds on the clock. Are you ready?
I think so.
Okay. Question number 1. How has the recent shutdown and the current reopening impacted your life and your work?
Ostensibly very little, since I work out of a home office and I basically do my work via telecommunications. That said, in talking to various companies and marketers, I've been brushing up on my grief counseling skills, and Premier Guitar has had to really adapt the way that we do our content. As artists have been off the road, we've been trying to go ahead and do different types of rig rundowns and different interviews with them. So
And he made it on time. Look at that.
I don't even have a
Number 2.
stopwatch around me.
Question number 2. What do you think recovery looks like for the music industry?
It's very difficult to say. First of all, I think it's accelerated. COVID has accelerated a lot of changes that were already in motion, but I think it's actually got some beneficial things that are going to outlive the pandemic. First of all, I think people are actually rediscovering the joy of just making music in their home for themselves, for a really small audience. I don't know if the drive-in concert is going to last into the next
Question number
5 or 6
3.
years.
With this recent surge in from-home live streaming, what's the most noticeable thing you can comment on regarding artists' performances from home?
Latency continues to be an issue. But I got to say, there's actually been some really cool collaborations. People getting together with other people virtually that I never would have thought I'd see together on a tiny screen and actually having fun doing it.
That's very interesting, because that was actually going to be a follow-up question, but you're getting too good at this already.
Oh man.
I mean, you're under the clock. Now we have to actually kill time and just stare at each other or something.
Oh, I can kill time with
Rescued by
gusto.
the buzzer.
Woo!
Next question. What would 15-year-old you be most and least impressed with about you now?
Wow. 15-year-old me would be really unimpressed with how much time I spend in front of a computer, and the lack of time I spend playing in front of an audience. 15-year-old me would probably be impressed by the fact that I'm still playing at all, because back then nobody's dad played guitar. It was kind of an just unheard of thing.
That's true. It would have been very uncool. Next question. What's the dumbest thing you ever did as a teenager that you can reveal?
So much material to choose from, but I can honestly say that uh, we would periodically drive through the streets of my hometown at 40, 45 miles per hour with somebody on the roof of the car just hanging on literally to the roof of the car, and hope the cops didn't find us.
Small town?
Actually, pretty big town, Evanston, Illinois, which is a suburb just north of Chicago.
I know it well, yes. Ooh, that could have been trouble. Okay,
Green
next
Bay
question.
Road at night, lights turned off. Anyway,
Next question. Which innovation do you think has had a greater impact? Multi-track recording or the digital audio workstation?
that's a tough one, man. I think multi-track recording, just because it opened a door, and a door that has been ubiquitous ever since. Digital audio workstations are fantastic, but let's face it, there are a lot of people making amazing music with some of the most rudimentary tools. I mean, if you gave somebody a Tascam 144 now, a real artist would be able to make something cool with it, even something that Stone Age.
Excellent. Okay, I am now going to put 30 seconds back on the clock and give you the opportunity to either answer for me any question you wish I had asked you, or to just shamelessly plug something you want to plug, like something you're working on or anything you want, and go.
Well, I'm not going to go ahead and do any shameless plugging, but the one question that I do get asked periodically, just in passing, is what are the changes going on with actual music makers? Not the tools that they're using, but actual people making music. And what's the most important trend? I gotta say, in the last couple of years, the increased participation of women making music and actually getting recognition for it, I think it's completely changing the way we listen to music.
I am not even going to hit the buzzer on that one because I am so right there with you. And there are so many great organizations, some of which you and I both know and have been working with,
Mhm.
that have been helping to lead this charge. And yeah, I'm right there with you, man. It's about time this good old boy network got populated by talented women too.
Nothing against middle-aged dudes, but again, Billie Eilish, her,
Mhm.
Phoebe Bridgers. There's a lot of talent out there, and when you think back, like, wow, for so long, basically half of the world's population has been dreadfully underrepresented in the music that we listen to. We're going to be so much richer for it now
And not
that,
just and not just the music itself, but all the behind the scenes jobs and the
yeah.
production and things like that. I mean, we've got wonderful people, talented people, and my goal has been to try and strive for gender agnosticity. You like that? That's a hard word to say.
That's a fancy
I don't
pants
even know if
word,
it's
man.
actually the right word or not, but hey, it works. Anyway, thank you for playing our game. It's been a pleasure having you.
Hey, thanks for having me on.